everyone, this is Lisa from Arcane and Stellar, and I'd like to do a pick a card reading today. And I think for our question today, I wanted to start with, what are they feeling about me? So I think this is going to be geared more towards romantic relationships, people of romantic interest or whatever, your little crush, your boo, whoever you're with or you want to be with. Yeah, so we have 4 piles, 1, 2, 3, and 4. On the first pile we have Amazonite. I have a really hard time saying that. I always want to say Azamite or something like that. Amazonite, okay, whatever. Blue agate, white quartz, and blue halite. Yeah, so the Amazonite is a love of nature, improving relationship with the environment, and teaching us to perceive and understand the messages our bodies give us. And then the blue agate is, this stone moderates excesses and impulsivity. It also teaches us not to dramatize and to give correct importance to events. White onyx makes us more receptive and capable of receiving stimulus and teachings from the surrounding environment. It reinforces creativity and memory. And then the last one, the blue halite, is this stone helps reconcile intuition and reason, encouraging commitment to studies and modifying mental schemes. So, how I like to pick a card myself. Sometimes my intuition tells me, and I just, when I watch pick a card reading, I just know. I'm like, that's it. I need that one. Or, but oftentimes I can get a bit confused. So when I do feel confused, I just try to calm myself down, and I use my pendulum. So I'll just give you an example. For instance, for me, how I would pick a pile. So I would think about, maybe the person or whatever, and then I would say, is pile number 1 for me? And then I would just ask my pendulum, right, like this. Okay, pile number 1 is for me, because that's my indication for yes. If you don't know how to use a pendulum, I think there are a lot of videos on YouTube on how to use them and how to identify with what your pendulum, how to identify how it communicates with you with yes, no's, maybes, and all that stuff, and I don't knows. So yeah, that's what I like to do. If you feel like, and sometimes if our energy isn't very good, it can be off. I've noticed that if I tend to watch a lot where I'm really feeling stressful about something, like like worrying about it too much, the outcome, and my energy kind of gets jumbled up, then I might make wrong choices. Although that's pretty rare. The pendulum really helps me. But anyways, that's just a suggestion. Okay. So, for pile number 1, I'm going to start with pile number 1, obviously. I'm going to move these cards aside because my camera and its focus is a little bit goofy. So, let's start with pile number 1. So, the blue Amazonite. Wow, I said it right. So good. So good. So we have four cards to indicate the feelings, and then we have an advice card, which we'll save. Oh gosh, why is my camera dying? Such perfect timing. Okay, a hidden gift, sadness, an ending, and a new beginning. So looking at this card, I think that for many of you, this person may have just got out of a relationship or had some kind of sadness and ending, and you could be their new beginning. Like they might be at that stage where they've passed the sadness and the ending, and they're ready for something new. And I really do think that based on the other cards as well, because we have the Hanged Man, right? So the Hanged Man, he's like in a shitty situation right here. He's hung up, and that creepy little raven's looking at him. He's like, what's up, dude? Why are you doing that? But the thing about the Hanged Man is that he has a pretty decent look on his face. He's not feeling too bad. He's kind of relaxed, and he's like, okay. So when I pair it with this, I just have to think that the person's been through some kind of bad situation in which they were hung up. They were in a bad situation, and they're kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to accept this. And they might say like, oh, well, something's coming off for me in the distance, right? So, you could represent that new beginning for them. Maybe for some of you, you aren't the new beginning. Maybe they have another new beginning somewhere else, but I think that for the majority of you, it's probably a new beginning with you. Especially because I see the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups, yeah, they say it could represent a teenager. Okay, maybe he is a teenager, but I think it just could be like young love. Like something new, some new feelings, some new emotions, the immature emotions. So you probably haven't known this person very long. It may be a new situation, and but he's got some glowing stuff for you up in that cup. And so he might have some new feelings for you. And we have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And so when I think about this hangman and all the other things, I think that for some of you, he could have been trying to avoid opening up. But the hangman can be a lot about like, not resignation, but like acceptance. Like, okay, let's just do this, okay? Like accepting something and just like relaxing into it. And so maybe he's relaxing into the idea that he just really wants to tell you how he feels. Or for some of you, he may want all these things, but he's scared and he's still feeling a little bit bound up. And he doesn't feel like that. And for those of you, for all of you, the advice card is the Priestess. And it says, how are you being called to step up and lead? As advice, I think this is pretty straightforward. You might need to take like the lead in the situation. You might try to initiate these heart-to-heart conversations that he wants to have with you, and help him untie him from this, this bondage that he's feeling emotionally, and help him, release this emotion that he would like to, so he can start that new beginning. So I think that's what I'm seeing. I think it's pretty positive. So good luck, guys, with that. Okay, my camera died, so my battery died, so I had to recharge it. So here I am again, and we're going to start pile 2. So let me move these other piles to the side. If you picked pile number 2, that's the blue agate stone, which is very, very pretty. So how are they feeling for you? Your advice card, these are the cards we pulled. So, the search. We have the search. It says, feeling lost, confused, and lonely. When it comes to their feelings regarding you, they may not understand what they need to do. They might feel confused or lonely. Why? And I think that for many of you, there are a few options as to why this could be. It could be that they feel like they don't know where to go next. Maybe they don't know how to approach you. Maybe they've screwed up in the past, and you guys are like, in separation right now, and without you, they're feeling like pretty lost and confused. Now, when we look at the picture, we see a naked woman in her, birthday suit, and the sun's shining down on her, it like really illuminating all that, all of her flaws or all of her nakedness, and it's a vulnerable position to be in. So I think that they're probably feeling very vulnerable, as well as needing to communicate with you, especially because for the tarot cards that I picked out, these both came out, the 8 of Wands twice. So the wands, as many of you know, probably know, is that they represent passion, and in particular the 8 of Wands, it's passion. These wands, you see these wands flying through the sky, they gotta land somewhere. So usually I would take this as like travel or a message of some kind. I think it's very likely that most of you will get a message from this person because they're tired of feeling like lost, confused, and lonely. And for this, we've got make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. I think that they feel guided right now to make contact, to try to fix the situation. They feel passionate about it. They want to fix these shitty feelings that they're feeling. They don't want to feel lost or confused or lonely. So it looks like they're going to make the effort. So you guys are a good bunch. Your advice is to don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So when I read this action card here for you, I do feel like that there is a big chance that there has been some kind of fight in the past between the two of you. Or perhaps you might feel like you would have to make some kind of sacrifice in order to be with this person. That could be it as well. Obviously, the card tells you don't change yourself to fit in with this person or whatever. Don't, bend over to please them. Let them make the effort, not you. So whatever the past was between the two of you, because this is a general reading, there could be many different situations out there. The advice is that you guys really just need to be yourself and let them make the effort, not you. Okay? So if that requires you stepping back and just waiting for them to come in, which they will, then that's what you need to do. Pile 2. So good luck with that. So pile number 3. Let me just make sure this is all okay. It's good. Okay, so pile number 3, the white quartz. Let's see what you've got. You got Moonlight Goddess, 7 of Wands, the Shadow Side, the Ace of Wands, and Chemistry. So let me just make sure. I want to make sure that it's going to focus properly. Okay, there we go. Moonlight Goddess, repressed emotions, healing, and reflection. So, for your person, I think that they're likely feeling a bit repressed. They might be holding back their emotions a little bit. It could be because they're healing or reflecting on something. And there's a bit of an explanation here with the tarot. So, from the Witch's Tarot deck anyways, I've got 7 of Wands and the Shadow Side. The Shadow Side in this deck is the Devil. So, the Devil represents addictions, the seedier side of life. Things that, obsession. Or maybe taboos. Things that are taboo. Things that are, maybe aren't flowing so good with the, with the good stuff. And if you look at the guy in both photos, in both images, sorry. In both images, he's on the defense. So I think it goes pretty well with repressed emotions. They're repressing something. Now, he looks fearful. And the reason why it could be that he feels fearful is because something about this relationship is either awakening something in him that he doesn't like, or it is a taboo in some way, and he feels that it is morally wrong, maybe in some way, and he fears like maybe judgment of some kind. Maybe you have an age gap. Maybe you're in a relationship. Maybe he's in a relationship. Maybe it could be numerous things because this is a general reading. It could be that he's your boss. You're his employee. Your coworkers. That it's not good to screw coworkers. So he's trying to kind of maybe fight off this passion here and be defensive about it, and he's reflecting on, this is something that he's worried about. So the thing is that they have passion. It's probably a new relationship. based on these cards. It could be an old relationship, and perhaps there's just a rebirth of maybe some new, or a new igniting of passion or something going on. But I think for many of you, this is probably a newer relationship, just because there's a lack of cup cards, or it really thinks it signifies something lasting. But I mean, not lasting. Something with more depth, maybe. So there's definitely some new fiery passion. They probably want in your pants. They probably feel like they want to do something with you. Especially because, yeah, we have the chemistry card, so there is a strong magnetic attraction here. So they are definitely attracted to you, if you want to know that. But they do feel like there's something wrong with that. And they may be feeling just a bit, yeah, defensive. Repressing themselves a little bit, repressing this this devil energy in them, in this passion, because they feel like it's wrong in some way. So they are reflecting, and I don't see anything about any action right now in these cards, so I don't know if there's action, but in the feelings, that's not what we're exactly looking for. We're looking at what are they feeling right now. Maybe I'll make a video about actions for you guys, what action they plan to take, but for now, let's just look at the feelings. Yeah, they feel like they want to do something. They feel like they want to ignite something with you, but they're reflecting on it because there's something that causes them to be defensive. Now, your advice. So, for the first advice card I pulled was this one. Let me just make sure it's in the shot, because last time I've had a lot of issues with my camera because it only records for 10 minutes, and I forgot that, and I keep recording videos, and then I go to my computer and it's like cut off, and I'm like, what? Yeah, this is like the third time. Okay, third time's a charm, right? So, awakening. With this deck, sometimes I have problems reading it. Some of the messages vibe with me so easily, and then some of them are like, huh? And this is like kind of like, this one kind of made me go, huh? So, awakening. Maybe they are an alien and they want to suck you up into their spaceship, and if so, integrate with them. No. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. So, yeah, a new way of being. I think that, the girl is in a position of like surrender, sort of. She's just letting it happen. She's getting, floating up there without any resistance. It doesn't look like she's freaking out. She's calm. So I think that's really good advice for you. Take it easy. See what happens, kind of. Let it happen if it's going to happen. I don't think it's anything bad. And for the other clarifying action card I got the Tree of Life. And it says fertility, creativity, destiny, and magical blessings. So, I don't see anything that, like, other than this devil card and maybe their defensive behavior, I don't see anything that indicates that it's a bad relationship or anything like that. Yes, it may be sexually based or whatever. So yeah, and fertility, be careful. Use protection. No, but I think it might be part of your destiny. It could be part of your destiny. It could be something that you should go through. So I think I would, and this is, talking about an upgrade in life, a new way of being. So maybe you are meant to accept this. So as for what action you should take, I think that's up to you. Sorry, that's so vague. I think I'd go for it if I were you. If you want to go for this person, but you may find resistance, so they may not be so open to it right away, like you'd like them to. I don't know. So I guess I would, maybe try, and if they're not ready for it right now, just chill. Chill like this girl. Let it happen when it's going to happen, because it does look like it's your destiny, or, it's kind of something that's meant to happen, so, yeah. Go for it, guys. Go for it, and then if you can't get over, or they can't get over their thing, well, whatever. Good luck, guys. Okay. Okay, pile number 4. The blue howlite. Isn't this pretty? It is really pretty. Really like it. So you guys, pile number 4. Loss. The Fool. 5 of Pentacles. Nope, sorry. Oops. Healing family issues. And calling in a soulmate. So, sorry for my loud chair. I apologize for that. I see a few scenarios here at looking at this. Okay, your person is definitely feeling some kind of loss. They're feeling, some kind of grief, some sadness. But it says resurrection. So they are thinking about resurrecting something, whether it's themselves or this relationship. Okay? It could be, I do see from these cards that there's a good chance that this was a serious relationship, a past relationship. Maybe you're still in it and maybe it's just going through some hard times, but it does seem to me as if it could be a family type of situation, or someone that you were serious with enough that you maybe thought about having a family, or you thought that this is a person, or they thought that you were the person that they would settle down with. For some, I think very, very few, they may be having some kind of loss in their family that's distracting them, that they've been focused on. But they're ready to start something new. They're ready to be the Fool and to go into something new with you, towards you, or whatever. They wanna go on an adventure. So, if it is some kind of loss in their life, they're thinking about how to heal these issues, so that they can start something new. This is the 5 of Pentacles here as well. With the 5 of Pentacles, this is a card that represents being left out in the cold, feeling isolated, having anxiety and fears. It could be financial problems, but that doesn't have to be the case. It could just be that they feel generally sad and down and out, okay? But they're tired of that. They want to resurrect like something. They want to resurrect their old selves, or maybe they want to resurrect this relationship if it is a previous relationship. They're ready to start over and do something new. And looking at the romance angel cards here, we have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. I think that for most people, that isn't going to really be the case, that they have to forgive their parents, or they feel like they have to forgive their parents. I think that they want to either heal some kind of loss that they've had in their family, but I don't think that's the case for many people. I think for most of you, this should be some kind of serious relationship where they want to heal you as a unit, like your relationship, because they see you as family. They see you as something serious, and they want to heal this and all the issues, and they feel like you're their soulmate. Okay, so it says calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So they're calling you in. They're trying to they want something new. They want to get this together. They want to start some kind of journey with you. And yeah, it does seem, maybe for very few of you, it could be that this is a new relationship, but I think for many of you, this is something serious that's gone on in the past. And they really want to fix this with you. So, that's where they're at. For maybe a very small portion of you, this could be an ex that wants to start over with somebody else and is calling in a new soulmate and trying to get over some kind of hurt. But I don't think that's for many of you. I don't think that's the majority. especially because look at the advice card. The advice card is birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Now maybe when I said that maybe that they want to move on to something else, it could be that you also want to birth something new. You want to dream a new world without them. And maybe that feeling's mutual, well, hopefully. if you're feeling that way and they're feeling that way, I hope it's mutual, because it's always sucky when you don't have mutual feelings, right? But I do think that you have the option to create, if this is a previous relationship that went sour and you'd like to fix it, you have the opportunity to either, make your own new world, whether it's with them or without them. Okay, so I think that you should just think about what you want and make that happen, with or without them, depending on, your situation and what you want. But I do think that for the majority of you, they do want to start something new with you. And they want to get rid of this grief and sadness and resurrect themselves or your relationship and start something together, because they think you're your soulmate. So that's what I've got for you, pal 4. I hope that resonated for you. I hope that all of these piles resonated. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments whether they did or not. And if you have any suggestions for future readings, I'd be happy to hear them. And I'll try my best to fulfill them all. And anyways, thank you guys, and take care.